Urine formation. Urine is formed in the Bowman's capsule. Urine formation involves three main processes. First one is glomerular filtration. Second one is reabsorption. Third one is secretion. That take place in different parts of the nephron. Filtration is carried by glomerulus and is called glomerular filtration. The glomerular capillary blood pressure causes filtration of blood through three layers. This is the endothelium of glomerular blood vessel. Next is the epithelium of Bowman's capsule. Basement membrane between these two layers. The epithelial cells of Bowman's capsule called podocytes. One arranged in an intricate manner so as to leave some minute spaces called slit pores. When the blood flows through the capillaries in the glomerulus, it gets filtered through the pores in the walls of the capillaries. All the water-soluble, small molecular weight substances such as salt, glucose, amino acids along with the nitrogenous waste are filtered from blood. Blood cells and proteins are not filtered through the pores present in the capillary walls. This filtration is called ultrafiltration. On an average, 1100 to 1200 ml of blood is filtered by the kidneys per minute. Approximately 120 ml urine is formed in the kidney per minute. In 24 hours, about 175 liters of urine is formed. However, all this is not excreted. Only 1 or 2 liters of urine is excreted and the rest of it is reabsorbed into the body. The amount of filtrate formed by the kidneys per minute is called glomerular filtration rate, GFR. GFR in a healthy individual is approximately 125 ml per minute, that is 180 ml per day. The kidneys have built-in mechanism for the regulation of glomerular filtration rate. One such efficient mechanism is carried out by juxtaglomerular apparatus, that is JGA. It is a special sensitive region formed by cellular modification in the distal convoluted tubule and the afferent arteriole at the location of their contact. A fall in GFR can activate the JG cells to release renin, which can stimulate the glomerular blood flow and thereby the GFR back to normal. Secretion. During urine formation, the tubular cells secrete substances like H+, K+, and ammonia into the filtrate. Tubular secretion. It is also an important step in urine formation as it helps in the maintenance of ionic and acid-base balance of body fluids. The comparison of the volume of the filtrate formed per day to that of urine released, that is 1.5 liter, suggests that 99% of filtrate has to be reabsorbed by the renal tubule. This process is called a reabsorption. The reabsorption of the urine produced by Bowman's capsule take place in the tubular portion. When the filtrate reaches the proximal convoluted tubule, the epithelial cells of the tube reabsorb several substances in a selective manner and transport them back to blood. They perform this either by passive or active mechanism. Example, glucose, amino acids, sodium, etc. in the filtrate are reabsorbed actively, whereas nitrogenous waste are reabsorbed by passive transport. Reabsorption of water also occur passively in the initial segment of the nephron in Lupo Henle and in distal convoluted tubule. Unabsorbed substances along with the water enters the collecting duct, which discharge urine into pelvis and then into ureter. Urine is produced continuously and is concentrated continuously. This reaches pelvis and is excreted. Smooth muscle, that is involuntary muscle in the walls of ureter, produce peristaltic movement which propel urine into the urinary bladder. The urinary bladder is a muscular sac and opens to the outside through urethra. At the junction of bladder and urethra is a sphincter. Urination is a reflex action, but in elders it is voluntary. In children, urination is an involuntary action. Normally, when about 200 to 300 ml of urine reaches the blood, the muscles in its wall contract and relax, expelling urine. Then, functions of the tubules. First one is proximal convoluted tubule. Is lined by simple cuboidal brush border epithelium which increases the surface area for reabsorption. 70 to 80% of electrolytes and water are reabsorbed by this segment. Proximal convoluted tubule. It helps to maintain the pH and ionic balance of body fluid by selective secretion of H plus, NH3 and K plus ions into the filtrate and by absorption of HCO3 from it. Henle's loop. Maintain high osmolarity of medullary and interstitial fluid. The descending limb is permeable to water but impermeable to electrolytes. This concentrate the filtrate as it moves down. The ascending limb is impermeable to water but allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Therefore, as the concentrated filtrate passes upward, it gets diluted due to the passage of electrolytes due to the medullary fluid. Distal convoluted tubule. Conditional reabsorption of sodium and water take place in this segment. It is also capable of reabsorption of bicarbonate. Selective secretion of hydrogen and potassium and ammonia to maintain pH and sodium-potassium balance in blood. The next is the collecting duct. Large amount of water would be reabsorbed to produce concentrated urine. It allows passage of small amount of urea into medullary interstitium to keep up osmolarity. It plays a role in the maintenance of pH and ionic balance of blood by selective secretion of H plus and K plus ions. Are you clear? Thank you.